Hey everyone, my name's Rupin Raj. I'm a coach at consciousparentingcoach.co.uk. Today I'm going to be answering questions. This is episode 1 of the Conscious Parenting newsletter. Click subscribe to keep up with all the future videos and make sure that you like this video today. So I'm going to answer a question, and this question came through Facebook. So if you would like to reach out and ask questions, you can reach us at Conscious Parenting Coach on Facebook and Rupin Raj on Instagram and Twitter. I can answer the questions in this newsletter style, and we can share the answers with as many people as possible. So this question is about teenage son. I think there's a lot of stages within parenting where the parents have to level up, and teenagers is one of those moments, because all of a sudden the child has perhaps like their own income, they have legs, they may have a car, they have a phone, they have the ability to survive for short to mid time frames by themselves, and so the discipline and the control and the balance of dominance within the family shifts slightly, as the parents have to recognize that although they may feel like they are still in control because they have had a good number of years of authoritarian and unanimous decisions that were non-diplomatic, non-democratic decisions, their children had to go along with what was being said. Now the balance shifts, and the teenage years are an accurate reflection of how the parents have behaved over the previous decade. And if the parents have approached their children with respect, dignity, have listened, have taken the time to understand their unique and authentic needs, then the way that the children behave when they have their own control and they are able to exert their dominance reflects the way that they've been treated. So let's see what this question actually says. My son, so this is from a gentleman, my son doesn't handle discipline or accountability very well. When things go wrong for him at my house, he says I have anger issues and runs to his mother's house. So this sounds like it's a split family with a co-parenting situation. Often times after a divorce, the individuals who are getting divorced would like to separate and would like to live their own lives, but when there's children involved, there's going to be some connection between them forever. That's just the way that relationship evolves. And so when disciplining and accountability, the son he says that he has anger issues and that he runs to his mother's house. So then there's a little asterisk here that says that he has full custody. I'm just looking for support from people who have experience in a similar situation with children choosing parents when it benefits them. So I think the question here is about, like, what do you do when your child runs away to the other parent? It's not anything to do with the divorce, really, is it? It's the same situation that might happen whether this was a nuclear complete male, dad and mum and child family. This exact same situation could happen where the one parent is trying to rule and the child goes to the other parent for comfort and safety, and perhaps to be more likely to be given leniency and to get their needs met. In this situation, it would be useful to understand what are the dad's feelings in this moment. What is it that he's going through? He may be feeling rejected, and he may be feeling that the way in which his parenting style is that it's being questioned by the child, and that he's being undermined by the other parent, which I don't think is the correct way to really frame this issue. I think that it's important that children should be allowed to flit between the parents. When one parent is over the line, when one parent is a bit destructive in the way that they are communicating, and then if the other parent then becomes this united front and they put this barrier up which says that no children within the family are allowed to question either one of the parents, and there is no safe space to go to, then it's very isolating for the children. And then where do they go, right? Like, at least this boy is running to his mum. That's a good thing. We need to recognize that he's not running to, the streets. He's 16, he's male. There's a lot of other communities that would be happy to take him in. And so I think that if we look at this as a negative and we think, the parents, they need to back each other up, be on the same page, that would suggest that the mum in this situation would say to the son, no, you have to go back to the dad and listen to your dad. Like, whatever he says, you have to make it work. Like, just do your thing. The son, what is he feeling? What is he going through? He perhaps is feeling oppressed, and he's feeling powerless, and he's feeling that he doesn't have a voice. The dad mentions, my son doesn't handle discipline or accountability very well. What does that really mean? I'm sure that this is coming from the unconsciousness of this parent, the accidental unconsciousness that there is a level of discipline and accountability that is normal, expected, that is required to be a good dad, to be a good parent. So we just need to understand a lot more about the dad, but the wording, my son doesn't handle discipline or accountability very well, this is judgment that the father is passing on to the son to say, like, if my son was more able to hear the lesson that I was trying to impart, then things would be okay in this situation. Instead of taking a conscious approach, which is to say, how am I communicating this in a way that is not being received? What am I lacking in my understanding, the questioning of the upbringing that I have come from, and the reframing so that I can actually parent the child that I have in front of me? It sort of suggests that he wishes that his son would let him parent the way that he's supposed to parent, and that his son is kind of getting in the way of that. So yeah, I think that's really important to recognize that, like, as a conscious parenting coach, we want to try and move away from this blame, this judgment of the children, to say, like, what is it that the parent can do to change? And it's fine if you don't, right? It's fine if you don't want to do that. It's fine. Don't change. But you don't have very long until this specific son, he's 16, is a very, very normal question. Like, oh, I'm starting to lose control. There's other variables here, and I'm realizing that my child has legs and a car, and he can get a taxi, and he's got friends that can pick him up and stuff. It's like, he's not just like sitting in his crib waiting for you to come and let him out. It's like, he's very, very capable. And the other thing to recognize here is that he's like, in the UK, 16 is like an adult. 16 is literally an adult. You can, most things when you're 16, you're classed as an adult in many, many arenas of your life. I don't think it's exactly the same in America on a planetary scale, that being 16 is almost capable to make your own decision. I'm not saying to make good adult, competent, grown-up, sensible decisions, but they can make decisions and they can get on with their lives. And so 16 is like 1 year away from being 17, which in the UK, like, you can get your license and start driving, and then 1 year away from being 18, and so now you can vote, and like, you can drink. So you don't have that much time. That's what I'm trying to say, really. So you just don't have that much time. Like, how much time do you have for you to continue to parent the way that you want to parent, waiting for your child to realize that your parenting method is actually the right way for your interactions with your child, and that your child just doesn't get it? Like, how long are you going to wait and try that strategy for when it's not working right now? It's forcing the child to leave, so they're evacuating the situation, And now they're becoming older, they're getting more and more possibility to evacuate. So everything is kind of leaning towards you and the parent and the child not having more opportunities to communicate, or having less and less opportunities to communicate. So my question is, like, how long are you going to be able to sort of continue down this path before the child doesn't have to see you ever again? Like, before they just say, like, bye dad, like, see you, like, I don't really, need this, like, what is my benefit of sitting around and getting told, like, all this discipline and accountability that is not working for me and not in my best interests? So wonder how much that helped. If you think that was really useful, I'd really love to hear from you in the comments. If you disagree with me on anything, stick it in the comments. Love to hear from you. We can definitely chat. If you find this useful, please share it on to them, and don't forget to like the video below. So thanks very much. This was episode 1 of the newsletter Conscious Parenting Coach with Rupin Raj. I'll catch up with you really soon. Bye everyone.